Hello students, so let's start discussion of test 90. Overall paper is on medium difficult side. 140 plus is going to be a good score. 27 questions are on easy side, 13 questions are on medium difficulty level, and 5 questions are of difficult level. Okay, and 3 questions have some discrepancies which I'll discuss in the due course. So let's start from the question number 1. The electron in a hydrogen atom makes transition from N1 to N2. Time period of electron in N1 is 8 times that in final state. So time period in N1 is 8 times that in N2. So T1 is 8 times T2. Now time period is 2 pi r by V. R is proportional to n square and V is proportional to 1 upon n. So proportional to n cube. Okay, so n is proportional to t to the power 1 by 3. That means n1 upon n2 is 8 to the power 1 by 3, which is 2. So n1 is twice of n2. Now check the options. N1 should be twice of n2. So A is not there. N1 is twice of n2. This is correct. N1 is twice of n2. This is wrong. And this is also wrong. So B is the correct option. The wavelength k alpha for X-rays of two metals are this and this. The number of elements lying between A and B. So we know that if lambda is the wavelength of k alpha line, then hc by lambda is equal to rhc z minus 1 square 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square. So that is 1 by lambda is 3r by 4 z minus 1 square. Okay, so this is so z is 1 plus 4 by 3r lambda under root. This is z. So z1 is 1 plus 4 by 3r and lambda is 4 upon 1875. 4 upon just a minute, 4 by 3r, yeah, 4 upon 1875r, 1875r. So 4 cancel, r cancel, and 3 6 are 18, 325. So this is 1 plus under root 625. So that is 26. And similarly z2 is 1 plus 4 into 675r upon 3r. So r cancel, and this is 1 plus under root 900. So that is 31. So between z1 and z2 there are elements 27, 28, 29, 30. So there are 4 elements. Okay, so D is the correct option. Two blocks M1, M2 are connected by a spring. An impulse gives a velocity of this to the heavier block, the velocity of center of mass. So VCM is m1 v1 upon m1 plus m2, as v2 is 0. So this is 10 into 14 upon 10 plus 4. So that is 10 meters per second. So C is the correct option. Straightforward, easy question. Bomb is traveling in parabolic path. The center of mass of the fragments will move in parabolic path as the unexploded bomb would have traveled, because explosion takes place because of internal forces. So motion of center of mass will remain unaffected. It will keep on moving on the same trajectory until unless one of the fragments reaches on the earth. The maximum and minimum tensions in the string is this, with constant speed. Mind you, speed is constant and ratio is 5:3, radius is 2.5, then its velocity. So we know maximum tension will be at the bottom point. This is maximum tension, Tmax mg, and Tmax minus mg is equal to mv square by L. So Tmax is mg plus mv square by L, and minimum tension is at the highest point. Both Tmin and mg acts downward. So Tmin plus mg is equal to mv square by L. So Tmax upon Tmin is v square plus gl upon v square minus gl. Okay, so Tmax upon Tmin is given 2.5. So 2.5. So v square plus gl is L is 2.5, and ratio is 5:3. Ratio is 5:3. So this is 5 by 3. So 3v square plus 3gl is equal to 5v square minus 5gl. So 2v square is equal to 8gl, or v is under root 4gl. Okay, so L is 2.5 and 4 10 10 into g 9.8, so under root 98 meters per second. So A is the correct option. Two bar magnets, so first they are in some position, so M1 is capital M plus 3m, like polarities together, and in the other case it is in different positions, difference position, so 3m minus m, that is the net magnetic moment. So now time period is 2 pi under root I by mb, so proportional to 1 upon root m. So t2 is root 2 t1, that is 3 root 2 seconds. So D is the correct option. Which arrangement is correct to measure current across 20 ohm and voltage across 20 ohm? So we see that a meter should be in series and voltmeter should be parallel. So a meter should be in series and voltmeter should be parallel. So this is the correct option. C is the correct option. Okay. Now this is VA minus VB between terminals A and B. So it's given that both batteries have same EMF, let it be E, and here the current is 2 ampere, 3 ampere towards junction, 7 ampere away from junction. So current in this junction should be 2 ampere. Okay, now here the current is 6 ampere and here it is 2 ampere. So current from this is 8 ampere. Now here the current is 2 ampere and here is 6 ampere, so the current in this branch should be 4 ampere. So now let's write loop law from B to A. So B to A, so minus E, B to A minus E minus IR minus IR minus IR plus E is equal to VA minus VB. So EE cancel, and this is 8 2s are 16 plus 12 28 plus 8 36. So VAB is minus of 36 volt. So A is the correct option. In a region of space, electric field is this, electric flux through a surface of area this in xy plane. So surface is in xy plane, so area vector is in k cap. So this is 100 k cap. Electric field is given. So since area is in k cap, so only z component of electric field will be useful. So phi is Ex Ax plus Ey Ay plus Ez Az after taking dot product. So this is 0, this is 0, Ez Az, so that is 300 units. 300 units. So B is the correct option. Two identical parallel plate capacitors are placed in series if one of the capacitors is completely immersed in a liquid of dielectric constant K. So without dielectric, say capacitance is C, then with dielectric C1 is Ck and C2 is C only. Now they are connected across voltage V. So potential across the second capacitor. So in series we know potential is V2 upon V1 is C1 upon C2, that is K upon 1. So V2 is K upon K plus 1 into total voltage. So K upon K plus 1 into total voltage. So A is the correct option. The value of inductance L for which the current is maximum series LCR circuit. So we know omega square is 1 upon LC, or L is 1 upon omega square C, that is 1 upon omega square, which is 10 to the power 6, C, which is 10 into 10 to the power minus 6. So this is 0.1 Henry, which is 100 millihenry. So D is the correct option. The magnetic field is this, loop is this, then the value of V for if the loop has resistance this. So guys, magnetic field is normal to the plane of the loop and velocity is in this direction, velocity is in this direction, and length is in this direction. So BVL, okay, so velocity, so angle between length and velocity, length vector and velocity vector. See, if the steady moving with velocity v towards the right. Okay, so angle between L vector and V vector is 30 degree. So induced current is induced EMF upon resistance. So induced EMF is BVL sine 30 degree and resistance upon R. So V is IR upon BL sine 30 degree. Guys, I is 2 ampere and the total resistance is 13 ohm. B is given 2 Tesla, L is given 0.3 meter and sine 30 is 0.5. So this is 260 by 3 meter per second. So 86.7. So A is the correct option. Suppose the gravitational force varies with nth power of distance. So F is, say, inversely, so k upon r to the power n. Then the time period in circular orbit of radius r around the sun will be. So F is m omega square, which is 4 pi square upon t square into r. So t square is proportional to r to the power n plus 1. So t is proportional to r to the power n plus 1 whole divided by 2. So r to the power n plus 1 divided by 2. The ratio of binding energy of satellite at rest on Earth's surface. See, on Earth's surface, the energy of the satellite is at rest is minus gmm by r. So binding energy E1BE is plus gmm by r. And of the same mass revolving around the Earth at a height h. So at height h, the total energy of the Earth satellite system is minus gmm upon 2 r plus h. So binding energy E2BE is plus gmm upon 2 r plus h. So now the ratio E1BE upon E2BE, that is 2 r plus h upon r. So 2 r plus h upon r. A should be correct option. Two plates, so B1 and B2. B1 is black body, B1 is close to black body, B1 is close to black body, okay, and this is close to perfectly reflecting surface. All right, so in comparison to B2, A1 emits very less. In comparison to B2, A1 emits very less, है ना. Emission power of A1, H of A1 is very less as compared to H of B2, A1 and B2. Okay, right. So now B1 receives very less energy as compared to energy received by A2. But A2, even though receives greater energy, but as its emissivity is very low, so energy emitted by A2 and B1 will almost be same, and therefore temperature on both sides of the mercury pellet will be same. So mercury pellet will remain in the middle only. Moves to the left, no. Moves to the right, no. It remains in the middle only. So next question. A Carnot engine having an efficiency of this is used if the work done is this, the amount of energy. So we know coefficient of performance and efficiency are rated as alpha is 1 minus eta upon eta, and alpha is Q2 heat absorbed upon work. Okay, so 1 minus 1 by 10 upon 1 by 10. Q2, if the work done is this, W10, and sorry, Q2 is to be found out. So Q2 upon 10. Okay, so this is 9 into 10. So Q2 is 90 joule. Two containers of equal volume contain the same gas. On joining the vessels, the gas reach a common pressure this and temperature this, the ratio P by T. So number of moles are constant. So N barabar N1 plus N2. Now finally both have same pressure, same temperature, same volume. So number of moles twice of PV upon RT, and initially P1 V upon RT1 plus P2 V upon RT2. So P by T is P1 upon 2T1 plus P2 upon 2T2. So D is the correct option. Long rigid wire lies in the x-axis, carries the current is around the wire the external magnetic field. So wire lies along x-axis. This is a long current carrying wire lying along x-axis, and magnetic field is in x direction as well as in y direction. Magnetic field has x component which will not exert any force, and y direction which will exert force. Okay, so magnetic force, since By is varying, force due to Bx, force due to Bx is 0 as it is parallel to the length of the wire, and force due to By will be IL cross B. So force due to By will be in Z direction, and since it is varying, so we need to integrate. So let's take an element at distance x from origin of length dx. So magnetic force is B, which is 2x square. This is By I dx integration. This is F. So By 2x square I, which is 10 ampere, and dx, and integrate it from x equals 1 to x equals 4. So 20 by 3 x cube, which is 4 raised to power 3 minus 1 raised to power 3. So this is 20 into 21, 63 upon 321. So this is 1 2 2 ones are 2, 2 6 are 12. So 1 2 2 2 0 1 2 2 0. Sorry, 60 21, 2 ones are 2, 2 6 are 12. So 1220 Newton, and just a minute. So this is 20 by 3 and 4 cube minus 1 cubes. So this is 20 by 3 into 63. Now 3 2s are 6, 3 1s are 3. So 2 1s are 2, so 420 Newton. So D is the correct option. Magnetic induction at the center of circular coil is if A is the area, then the magnetic dipole moment. So magnetic induction B is mu naught Ni upon 2R, and magnetic moment is Nia. Now Nia, so this is Ni is B into 2R and into A. Now R is pi R square is A. So R is A upon pi under root. So this is 2B A upon pi under root multiplied by A. So 2B A upon pi under root, and divided by mu naught as well. Actually B into 2R. Ni is B into 2R upon mu naught. So upon mu naught. So 2BA upon mu naught into A by pi under root. So D is the correct option. A rifle loses 1/20th of its velocity. That means V is U minus U by 20. That is 19 U by 20. Okay. So when there is one plank, applying third equation, 361 U square by 400 is U square minus 2AS. Now when we have n planks, so final speed is 0 is equal to U square minus 2ANS. Okay, so we have 39 U square by 400 is equal to 2AS, and U square is equal to 2ANS. Now dividing both, 400 upon 39 is equal to n. So this is 10 point something. So minimum number of planks should be 11. So C is the correct option. Calculate the speed of change when its ends reaches B. So let's take zero gravitational energy, reference of gravitation at this point. This is U barabar 0 level. Okay, so initially center of mass is at B sine theta by 2. Let linear mass density be lambda. So U initial plus K initial is equal to U final plus K final. Now U initial mass is lambda into B into G, and center of mass is at height B sine theta by 2 below the reference level. So B sine theta by 2 This is initial potential energy plus kinetic energy 0. Final potential energy, the entire length is on the inclined plane. So center of mass is at L sine theta divided by 2. So lambda L mass into G into L sine theta divided by 2 plus kinetic energy, which is half lambda L into V square. So lambda cancels. Okay, so this is half cancel. So this is G sine theta L square minus B square. Acha, the potential energy is negative. Potential is negative because center of mass is below the 0 reference level. Okay, so G sine theta L square minus B square is equal to V square. So G sine theta upon L square minus B square whole under root. A should be correct option. Guys, acceleration is not constant in this case. Acceleration is varying as the length of the chain on inclined plane is varying. So the driving force mg sine theta is continuously varying. So acceleration is varying. So we cannot apply equations of motion to solve this problem. Either we need to integrate it by using the variable acceleration, or we should go by energy conservation. So A is the correct option. Two weights W1 and W2 are suspended and the pulley is fixed. Pulley is pulled up with acceleration G. So this is an accelerating situation. See, this is our simple pulley and this is block 1 and this is block 2, and the whole system is being pulled up with acceleration A equals G up. All right, so this is an accelerating situation. All right, so we know that in simple pulley block system, the tension in the string is 2m1 m2g upon m1 plus m2. So tension is 2m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2, and instead of g we are going to use g effective, which is g plus a. We are going to use g effective, which is g plus a. So this is 2 and g plus a is 2g. So 2g m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2, that is 4 into w1 w2 upon w1 plus w2. So instead of calculating tension from the equations, I have directly used the equation that in simple Atwood machine, the tension is in the string is 2 m1 m2 g upon m1 plus m2, and since the entire system is accelerating up, so we should use g effective, which is g plus a. So that will be 2g. This has saved us our time. Otherwise we need to formulate the equations. So otherwise alternately we need to write down the equations on the two blocks and then solve them. An object is kept on a smooth incline in 1 in L. What do we mean by inclination 1 in L? So this is the inclined plane, suppose, and angle of inclination is theta. So 1 in L moves, it means if we move L distance along the incline, then the height raised is 1. So we can calculate sine theta as 1 upon L. Okay, now such that the object remains stationary related to the inclined plane. So we have this inclined plane and an object is lying on this inclined plane, and we should give acceleration to the inclined plane so that the object remains stationary. Okay, so object remains stationary. So in the frame of inclined plane, the object experiences pseudo force ma, mg, and normal reaction. If this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. So mg sine theta minus ma cos theta is mass times acceleration of block relative to the inclined plane wedge, which is 0. So A is g tan theta. I think you should learn this result, that when inclined plane is given when wedge is given acceleration g tan theta, then the block remains still. Okay, so acceleration is g tan theta. Now sine theta is 1 upon L. So tan theta is perpendicular upon base, which is hypotenuse square minus perpendicular square whole under root. So 1 upon under root L square minus 1. So this is g upon under root L square minus 1. So C is the correct option. There are two radioactive substances. Decay constant of B is 2 times that of A. So lambda B is twice of lambda A. So TB is half-life of B is half of half-life of A. Now both have equal number of nuclei. After n half-lives of A, the rate of disintegration of both is equal. So after n half-lives of A, activity of A will be lambda A into n naught upon 2 raised to power n Ta upon T, and lambda B n naught upon 2 raised to power n Ta upon Tb. So this is lambda A upon 2 raised to power n is equal to lambda B upon 2 raised to power. See, Tb is half of Ta, so this is 2 raised to power n plus 1. Okay, so 2 raised to power n plus 1. Now lambda B is twice of lambda A, so this is 2 raised to power n plus 1 upon 2 raised to power n is 2, so that is 2 raised to power 2 raised to power n plus 1. This is 2 raised to power not n plus 1, this I have made mistake, this should be 2 raised to power 2n. So 2 raised to power 2n upon 2 raised to power n is 2, so this is 2 raised to power n equals 2, so n equals 1. So number of half-lives, the value of n is 1. C is the correct option. A decay chain 8 alpha decay, so this we have 238 u 92 u 238. After 8 alpha decay, mass number decreases by 32, so this is 206, and atomic number, say this is x, atomic number decreases by 8 2s are 16, so 16, so 92 minus 16, so 92 minus 16, that is 76. Okay, and after 6 beta minus decay, mass number remains same, so this is 206, and atomic number increases by 6, so this is 76 plus 6, that is 82. So mass number should be 206 and atomic number should be 82, so C is the correct option. The ratio of displacement to amplitude when the kinetic energy of body is executing is thrice the potential energy. So given K equals 3U, now K plus U is equal to E. As we are to relate X and A, so better convert K in terms of U. So this is 3U plus U is equal to E, that is 4 times half Kx square is equal to half Ka square. So X equals A by 2. So ratio of displacement to amplitude is half. C is the correct option. Pendulum consisting of small sphere of mass m suspended in external massless string. If the breaking strength is 2 mg, then the maximum angular amplitude. So the possibility of breaking of the string is maximum at the lowest point, as there the tension is maximum. So say angular amplitude is theta naught. So at the extreme position, speed is 0. And at mean position, say speed is v. So tension is acting upward, mg is downward. So T minus mg is equal to mv square by L. Guys, T is 2 mg. In the limiting case, tension is 2 mg minus mg is equal to m by L, and v square is u square plus 2gh, h is L, 1 minus cos theta naught. So this is mg, cancel. So GL is equal to 2GL 1 minus cos theta naught. So this is cos theta naught equals half. So theta naught equals 60 degrees. So C is the correct option. The number of photons falling per second on a completely darkened plate. Completely darkened plate means absorptivity is 1. So they are completely absorbed to produce a force of this. If the wavelength of the light falling is this, then so force exerted is the change in momentum of the photons incident per second, which is n times h by lambda. Okay, so h by lambda is the momentum incident per second, and momentum reflected is 0. So change in momentum of one photon is h by lambda, and falling n per second, so n h by lambda. So we need to calculate n, that is f lambda by h. So f is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 5, lambda is 5 into 10 to the power minus 7, and h is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34. So this is 5 into 10 to the power 22. So correct option is 5. The energy flux of this, so energy reaching per unit area per unit time, this is energy flux, and the number of photons per square meter are incident on the earth per second if the wavelength is this. So energy incident per unit area per unit time is n number of photon incident per unit area per unit time into hc by lambda. So n is I lambda upon hc. So I is 1.388 into 10 to the power 3. Lambda is 550 into 10 to the power minus 9 upon h, which is 6.6 into 10 to the power 34 minus 34 into c, which is 3 into 10 to the power 8. Okay, so 6.62 are 1.32, so I'm taking it as 2, and 0.2, and 55 twos are 110, so 550 into 0.2, so that is 110. So 110 by 3 into 10 to the power minus 10 to the power minus 9, 10 to the power 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power minus 9, 10 to the power minus 6, 10 to the power minus 6, and upon 10 to the power minus 34. So 10 to the power minus 28, and 10 to the power minus 28 into 10 to the power 8, that is 10 to the power minus 20. So this is 10 to the power 20. So 11 by 3 into 10 to the power 21. So 11 by 3 is 3.838. So 3.838 into 10 to the power 21. So A is the correct option. The pressure inside two soap bubbles is this. So excess pressure delta P is 4S by R. So R is proportional to 1 upon delta P, and volume is proportional to R cube, so proportional to 1 upon delta P raised to power 3. Now delta P1 is 1.01 atm minus 1 atm, that is 0.01 atm, and delta P2 similarly is 0.02 atm. So delta P2 upon delta P1 upon delta P2 is 1 by 2. So V1 upon V2 is 1 upon 1 by 2 raised to power 3, that is 8. So volume is in the ratio 8:1. So A is the correct option. Capillary tube of radius r submerged to a height, water rises to a height h. Mass of water in the capillary. So mass of water in the capillary, guys, h is 2s by r is equal to rho gh, and rather 2s by h is 2s by r is equal to rho gh. So 2s cos theta upon rho ga, 2s cos theta upon rho ga. Okay, this is our height raised. Okay, so height raised is proportional to 1 upon A. Now mass is proportional to volume, which is pi. Mass is proportional to area A square into height raised h, and h is proportional to 1 upon A, so this is proportional to A. Okay, so m2 upon m1 is 2:1, so twice of m. Thin lens has focal length f1 and aperture has diameter d. It forms an image of intensity I. Now the central part of the aperture up to diameter d by 2 is blocked. Okay, so this is the cross section of the lens of diameter d, and we have blocked up to d by 2. D by 2 is blocked. Okay, so intensity of light is proportional to area transmitting the light. So I2 upon I1 is A2 upon A1. Now A2 is pi d square by 4, rather diameter is d, so pi d square by 4 minus pi d by 2 का square by 4 and upon pi d square by 4. So this is 3/4. So area transmitting is 3/4 of the original area. So intensity is 3/4 of the original intensity, and focal length will remain same. So D is the correct option. A plano-convex lens is made up of this radius of curvature. What is the power of the lens? So this is the plano-convex lens. Okay, so power, which is 1 upon f, is n minus 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. So this is 1.5 minus 1 upon infinity minus 1 upon minus 100. So this is 0.5 upon 100. Okay, let's convert into it meter because we are to calculate power. So length should be substituted in meters. So this is 1 upon minus 1. Okay, So this is 1 upon minus 1 plano concave lens. Oh, I have drawn wrong. This is plano concave lens. So here it should be plus 1. Okay, so 0.5 into 1. So that is 1 by 2. So 0.5 minus 0.5 minus 0.5 diopter. So B is the correct option. The moment of inertia is this: if the rod is bent in the middle. So guys, when we bend the rod, still mass distribution relative to the axis remains same. Mass is distributed from 0 to L by 2. So moment of inertia remains same as mass distribution remains same. So ml square by 12 is the correct option. Solid sphere is rolling, it collides on the free end of an ideal spring whose other end is fixed. The maximum compression. So here we are given that it is rolling on a frictionless horizontal surface. Okay, and it collides on the free end of an ideal spring. So as the level of the spring is not given, we will assume that spring is at the level of the center. So this sphere is moving with v and angular velocity v by r. Now as the surface is smooth, so omega should not change. Spring force will act at the level of the center. Spring force will act at the level of the center. So omega should not change. Okay, so according to me, only the translational kinetic energy should convert into maximum deformation energy, half kx square. So x is m by k under root into v. So m is 2, k is 36 and into v, which is 6. Okay, so this is under root 2 meters. So according to me, answer should be under root 2 meters. Okay, or else we should be given that the surface is perfectly rough, or we should be given the level of the spring. Okay, so since the informations are missing, so I would say that the question is incomplete. It has ambiguity. So 36, we can calculate the output Y we can calculate. In an NPN transistor, the collector current is 10 milliampere. 90% of the emitted electrons reach the 90% of the emitted electrons reach the collector. So IC upon IE is 0.9. So IC is IE upon 0.9, that is 10 upon 0.9. So this is approximately 11 milliampere. So 11 milliampere is the IE, and IB will be 1 milliampere. Metallic rod, if Young's modulus is this in the question, then the compressive force required to prevent the rod from expanding along its length. So change in length due to the force applied is FL upon AY. Just a minute. A metallic rod of length L and cross-sectional area A is heated through this. If Young's modulus of elasticity of the metal is Y and the coefficient of linear expansion required to prevent the rod from expansion of the metal is alpha, then the compression force required to prevent the rod from expanding along its length. So we are heating the rod and simultaneously providing the compressive force so that length does not change. So due to the compressive force, change in length is FL upon AY, and due to the heating, change in length is L alpha delta T, and the total change should be 0. So F should be AY alpha delta T. So minus AY alpha delta T, it is compressive, so neglect minus sign. So YA alpha delta T is the correct option. X is this, then the percentage error in X. So delta X by X is twice of delta A by A plus twice of delta B by B plus delta C by C. So this is 2 into 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 4. So this should be 14%. So B is the correct option. In Young's experiment, the wavelength of red light is this and that of blue light is this. Value of n for which n plus 1th blue bright fringe coincides with nth red fringe. So n plus 1 lambda blue capital D by D is n lambda red light capital D by small d. So n plus 1 upon n, lambda red light is 7.8 into 10 to power minus 8, and lambda blue light 5.2 into 10 to power minus 8. So this is 26 3s are 26 2s are 3 by 2. So 2n plus 2 is equal to 3n. So n equals 2. So n equals to nth red fringe. According to the Huygens principle, during refraction of light from air to denser medium, so from rarer to denser medium, both wavelength and speed decreases. So D is the correct option. D is the correct option. Now next, a car is moving with 90 km per hour, blows a horn of this. So car is moving with 90 km per hour and it is reflected by a cliff. So it is reflected. So sound is moving towards the cliff and then getting reflected. Okay. So frequency F1, frequency received by the cliff is F V plus V upon V minus Vc. Okay, this is F1. Now frequency reflected frequency received by the driver is F1 into V plus Vc upon V, which is substitute value of F1. So this is F V plus Vc upon V minus Vc. Okay, so now let's calculate F2. So F2 is F, which is given 150, V plus Vc 340, plus Vc is car speed is 90, which is 25 meter per second. So 340 plus 25 upon 340 minus 25. So that is 150 into 365 upon 315. So 15 tens are 15 twos are 30, 15 ones are, so 3650 upon 21. So this is roughly 1800 180. So 180 hertz. Let's check first. So 21 sevens are 3650 upon 21. Okay, so 21 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16. So 8 just a minute, 21 twos 21 ones are 21, remainder is 15 155. 21 8s are 21 7s are 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14. So 147. Now remainder is 8 80. 21 3s are 69, and then 11 21 5s are, so this is 174 approximately. So D is the correct option. A standing wave propagating with velocity this in an open pipe of length 4 meter has 4 nodes. It's not given either they are whether they are displacement nodes or pressure nodes. They are just 4 nodes. So we will take them as displacement nodes. If no information is given, we should consider nodes and antinodes as pressure displacement nodes. So the open pipe, there are 4 displacement node. Okay, so this is the situation. This is first, second, third. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, so there are 4 complete loops. The pipe is oscillating in 4th harmonic. So F is NV by 2L. So 4V by 2L. The frequency of the wave is, so this is 2, V is 300, and upon L is 4. So this is 150 hertz. So C is the correct option. An object of mass m falls from rest through a vertical distance of this and acquires a velocity this. Work done by the push of the air. So work done by air resistance. So W friction, W air is equal to delta U plus delta K. So delta U is minus mgh and delta K is 0 is final kinetic energy, which is half mv square minus initial kinetic energy, which is 0. So now let's substitute the values. So minus mgh, so minus 1000 plus half into m into v square, so this is minus 500 joule. So B is the correct option. Now last question, power supplied is this, the change in kinetic energy. So change in kinetic energy is energy supplied P dt integration from 1 2 to 4. So that is P dt, so integrate P, so T cube minus T square plus T integration from 2 to 4. So that is 64 minus 16 plus 4 minus 8 minus 4 plus 2. So 64 minus 16, that is 48. 48 plus 4, 48 minus 8 minus 4, 4 plus 2, 6. 48 minus 6, so that is just 64 minus 16, so that is for 64 minus 16, that is 50, 48, and 48 plus 4, 52. Just a minute. So 64 minus 16 plus 4, 64, 68, 68, 6, 62, 52. So this is 52. This is 52 minus 4 plus 2, 6. So this is 46 joules. So B is the correct option.